Hi, Cheryl Hope back here. I'm going to answer a very important question that is a hot topic with all of the generations that have been in and out of the Exclusive Brethren, now rebranded the Plymouth Brethren Christian Church. The question is, I grew up close to PBCC families. Is it true that if a man higher in the church comes to visit, he has access to the wife of the house? Well, I'm going to share a little bit of history and then you can come to your own conclusion on this. But there is an incident that happened called the Aberdeen incident back in the 70s. It was all over the newspapers, and it is where the leader at the time was caught in bed with another woman when he was staying at somebody else's house. So this is a very controversial subject. If you were inside the PBCC, all this information on Aberdeen, we have audio recordings of it. It's all been hidden. It's locked away. You will not find it inside the PBCC. We did a podcast on this, revealed, let it all out of the bag, and there has been so many articles that have been brought forward that really tell the story. If you're inside there, you're told that this was all made up, that the audio was altered, and you are made to believe that this never happened in there. Back when I was in there, most people thought the word Aberdeen was a swear word. You didn't talk about it. So why it's called Aberdeen is it happened in the town of Aberdeen, Scotland. So this says, the woman in Big Jim's bed. She was only washing my feet, says Brethren leader. Here's the lady that he was found in bed with. Her name was Mrs. Kerr. Yes, she was married, and they were all at this house together. And there was actual reports that he continued this on after he was caught. His whole story in this was that he was trying to draw out opposers. So he concocted this all up to see who was with him and who was against him. People bought it. And in this picture, he's still in his pajama top and put pants on. There are so many articles on this story about how a reporter went to his house and he was in just his pajama top and not his bottoms. If you go to Get a Life podcast, there is a podcast on Aberdeen that is very entertaining to listen to. Here's another article. So there are many, many articles that came up. And one of the things that happened out of this is that he actually was run out of London This leader's name was JT Jr., Jim Taylor, and had a horrible name for himself in London. So, to answer your question, in my personal opinion, if it happened in the past, and you have quotes like this from our current leader, what right do we have to investigate what the man of God does in the bedroom? Not really much left to say here, is there? And here's just a small quote of what he used to talk like in these meetings about the women. You sisters, I like you, and hell, excuse me, I'll with the brothers. I like the sisters, and these sisters I think are going for me. I got your wife already, you know. I got her. That's my business to go round and, get the wives. Yeah, would-be wives. I get 'em. Your turnbell. Al with you. Al. So he was a ladies' man. And the audio recording we have is just absolutely horrendous. And we often see Bruce Hales following in the same rhetoric that JT Jr. went down at the end of his time. So he hear things that make us think that an Aberdeen 2 is going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen over finding Bruce Hales in another woman's bed. I don't think that. I think it's going to come down for his greed of power and money. But nonetheless, in another video, I will show you of some of his quotes and comments that Mr. Bruce Hales, the current leader of the PBCC, makes that make you scratch your head and think, how can anybody be inside there?